So today I'm going to be showing you how to get luminous, glowing skin for the winter time. And I know I just put up a foundation routine using the Revlon Color Stay and like the BB cream and stuff, but I realized that, you know, the foundation really is just sticking to my skin and really kind of making it look cakey. Like it really looked like I was wearing makeup, and that's not the look I want to go for. So I thought I would show you guys a new routine that I've been doing. I think it's just because, you know, it is winter now, it's a lot colder outside, so my skin is a lot more dry. So I basically just went to the store, found a new like foundation to experiment with, and turns out I really like it. So I thought I would go ahead and show you guys how I get more luminous, glowing skin for the winter. So if you'd like to see how I do that, then just keep watching. Alright, so first things first, we are going to moisturize because that is always necessary, and I'm just using the Clean and Clear Morning Burst Gel Moisturizer. I love this stuff because it really soaks into the skin quite quickly, so that way we can just jump right in to doing the foundation. So for primer, I'm actually going to be using this little sample, this Hourglass what is this? The Mineral Veil Primer. So it just comes in a little bottle. I got this with a little palette that I bought from Sephora. So I'm just going to put this on my cheeks, my nose, my forehead, and a little bit on my chin. So the most important part of this is going to be the foundation. You're going to want to choose something that you need for your skin. So my skin, I have, you know, a couple blemishes every once in a while, but that can be covered up with concealer. I don't have to necessarily use a full coverage foundation all over. So I'm going to go with something a little bit more light to medium coverage, and that actually has a luminous glow kind of in it. So I'm going to be using the L'Oreal True Match Lumi, and what I love about this so far is that it has a pump. Like, that's the most exciting thing ever. So I'm going to start with 2 pumps on the back of my hand, and I'm going to dab some dots on the side of my face. Just one side for now. Alright, and to blend it in, I'm going to be using my beauty blender. I think using a sponge for this, or a dampened like foundation brush if you'd like, would work really well, especially if you're trying to get luminous skin, because this is damp. So you're kind of not really watering down your foundation because you're still getting the opacity from the foundation that you need. But this is just going to help kind of dampen it and make it look a little bit more dewy. So I love this choice of application. I'm just going to kind of stipple this into my skin. It has really good coverage though. I definitely would say it's light coverage, but I definitely love it. And I love the way it feels. It feels like real skin. It doesn't feel like I'm wearing like a ton of makeup. So I am so far in love. I'm going to go ahead and get another pump. Alright, so there is just one application all over my face. I really love this foundation. I love the way it looks. I love the way it feels. It doesn't look like I'm wearing any foundation at all. Whereas the Color Stay by now, I would already be able to see like stuff around my nose, and like it would kind of pick up on any like pimples or anything like that. So I was not loving that about the Color Stay right now, at least for the winter time. I do love that foundation during the summer, more warmer months, because it really does stay on my skin nicely. But this is just an absolutely gorgeous finish, and I'm obsessed. But I still do need some coverage underneath my eyes and on my little problem areas. So I'm going to go ahead and use my MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. This is an NC15, and I'm just going to take a pump of that, and I'm going to dot this under my eyes. Well, not really dotting, I guess I'm blending. Just kind of down and then up, kind of in a triangle shape. This will help us kind of highlight the tops of our cheeks to make it look even more glowy. And then I'm just going to use the other side of my beauty blender to help blend that in. And then I'm just going to use a teensy bit of this to cover up any blemishes that I have. And I'm going to use a little bit just around my nose because I can get some redness going on over there. Then I'm just going to use my finger and put a little bit of this on my lids. So now I'm going to immediately set my under eye concealer because pretty much anything and everything can crease on me if I don't set it. So I'm going to use this little sample from Bare Minerals of their Mineral Veil, and I'm just going to put that right underneath, right there in the crease, because I have such a defined crease right there under my eye that it's really difficult to keep stuff from creasing on me. So I just went ahead and filled in my eyebrows, that way my face didn't look so strange. But the last part of this, I'm going to be using the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder Palette. So it comes with 3 colors. It has Dim Light, Incandescent Light, and Radiant Light. So I'm going to be using all 3 of these today to get to this glowy look that I've been loving doing. So I am going to set this foundation with the powder. I'm actually going to be using this one right here, and I love this powder. So basically this is supposed to, the ambient lighting powders, they're supposed to make your face look like they're in like that lighting that they're named after. Sorry if I sound stuffy, I feel like I'm coming down with something. But this one's called Dim Light, so it's just supposed to make your face look like you're in dim lighting, like it's flawless and beautiful. So I'm really excited about these powders. So I'm just going to go ahead and use a Real Techniques brush, dip it in there, and set my makeup. And even though I'm using a powder to set this, the L'Oreal Lumi, it definitely shines through. Like, not like a greasy shine or anything like that, but it definitely, like, later in the day as we progress, it like you can see it like in the sunlight. Sometimes it'll just catch it just perfectly and make your skin just like healthy and luminous. So I have been obsessed with it recently. So I'm just gonna go ahead and use this powder to set it and make it look even more flawless. Alright, next I'm going to take the color Radiant Light, which is the more darker, well, not dark, but like a darker shade. It's kind of more bronzy on my skin, and it does have some shimmer in it, so I'm actually going to wear it more as a blush. So I'm just going to use an angled blush brush, and I'm just going to dip in there. Tap it off just a little bit, and I'm going to start at the back of my cheek. That way most of the color is back here. So. And then with whatever's left on the brush, I'm just going to throw up onto my temples just to kind of help warm my face up a teensy bit. Alright, so lastly, and the second most important thing to this glowy skin look is the highlighter we use. So you want to make sure that you're not using like a shimmery highlighter. I used to use, and I still love it, it's the Stila Kitten eyeshadow. This is very, very glittery. So you're going to get a very intense highlight. So if that's what you want, definitely go for it. I also have the Too Faced Candlelit Glow highlighter that works really well. It's a lot different than the Stila Kitten one. My goodness, guys. I'm sorry. So the Too Faced one is a lot finer of a shimmer. It's still going to show up as a little glittery, but this one is gorgeous. It's just, this powder, it has some shimmer in it, but you can't even see it unless you're like up close and personal with me. So I really love this. I'm going to use my usual, this is the e.l.f. blush brush. Just going to dip it in there, and I'm going to apply this on the tops of my cheeks and right under my eye. So I feel like you guys can just see a difference here. So there's obviously much more of a glow to my face on this side than there is on this side. This side still is pretty bright underneath my eyes because of that concealer, but this one definitely has more of a luminosity to it. So really, really love this powder, guys. I highly recommend it. It is kind of a pricey palette, but I'm definitely going to get all the use out of it, so I think it's worth it. Alright, so after that, if you would like to make it even more luminous, you could definitely use a dewy skin finish, like setting spray if you'd like. However, I like the way it turns out like this. So this works really well for me if I want the dewy skin, and I really love how it comes out. It looks gorgeous during the day, and it's just, oh, it feels so much better because of this foundation. Like, my skin feels so much better not having that thick, not really thick, I'm not trying to like bash the Revlon Color Stay. I like the Revlon Color Stay, but this just for wintertime, it feels so good on my skin. It feels like my skin. So yeah, that is my dewy skin look routine thing. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.